Yo, what's up? Dr. Swole here, MD, bodybuilder, back with another meal prep video. So I got a lot of positive feedback on the last one, so we're back again today. This time I'm on a diet break, so things aren't so strict. We'll be making chicken breast, lemon potatoes, and a dill steelhead trout. Again, the main emphasis is going to be showing you how to conduct this meal prep in as time efficient a manner as possible. Just to briefly outline our game plan, first we're going to get the meat baking, and while that's baking, we'll prep our potatoes and the vegetables and our breakfast foods. Today, I'm joined by my friend Susie, and you'll see her in some of the clips.
Okay.
For meat this week, I'm doing chicken breasts and steelhead trout. I'm gonna preheat the oven here to 400. So we're gonna be using mini potatoes here. I like them because they're easy to prep. We're gonna cut these all up into halves and thirds, as you can see.
We're gonna partially cook the potatoes in the microwave to save time on cooking. We're putting them in for 5 minutes to start.
So they're not totally cooked up for 5 minutes, so we're just gonna give them a stir and put them in for another 3. Now for my chicken, I'm gonna be using this piri spice mix and sea salt. I really like the pre-made spice mixes since they're so convenient when you're short on time. Just gonna flip these over now. And there you go. For trout, we're going to be using dill, parsley, sage, and sea salt. I really like steelhead trout because it's cheaper than salmon and tastes great. So there's the steelhead trout. As you know, I like baking things since it's such a time-saving way to cook. You can just throw food in the oven and go off to do other things. I'm going to put my chicken and trout in the oven. The trout will be in there for 15 minutes at 400 degrees, and the chicken will stay in for another 10 minutes beyond that for a total of 25 minutes, since it's just a little bit frozen after defrosting. This is the flavoring for the potatoes. We got lemon juice, olive oil, oregano, sea salt, and pepper. In terms of oil, we added about 3 capfuls of 10 ml each, and then I'm adding the rest of our spices. So in terms of microwaving, we ended up doing it 5 minutes, giving it a stir, and then another 3 minutes. Of course, this will depend on the strength of your microwave. Using the microwave is a great way to save time. A tip from Susie is that you can also cook other root vegetables in the microwave, like carrots, yams, beets. So after giving that a stir, it's all ready to go. So here's the trout. We did it for 15 minutes at 400 degrees. The chicken's gonna stay in for another 10 minutes. So we're frying the potatoes here on medium to high heat until they're golden. You could also finish them off in the oven, but we're doing stovetop since we're using the oven for our meat. Chicken's out of the oven, that looks good. So here are the potatoes, they're turning out really nice. First batch of potatoes is done and I'm just putting those into my meal prep containers. Note that I'm on a diet break from contest prep right now, so I'm not using the scale to weigh out my food. If I was strictly dieting, I would probably have smaller portions and would cut the oil and have baked the potatoes for a lower calorie option. So I'm packing my vegetables now. As you know from my last meal prep video, I really like baby carrots and grape tomatoes. Since they're so portable, you can eat them while you're in transit or at work. So just taking a handful of carrots and a handful of tomatoes for each bag for the day. Meanwhile, our second batch of potatoes finished, so we're just going to distribute these throughout my remaining containers. So I brought my trout over and I'm going to portion that into my containers now. We did a little taste test and it turned out great. I've got my breakfast foods here. We've got cinnamon raisin bagels and ham. The hams come in 700 gram pieces, so I'm quartering that, which gives me 175 grams a piece, working out to about 30 grams of protein. So I'll take my quarters of ham and put them into Ziploc bags. In the morning, I'll grab a piece of ham and a bagel and heat them up in the microwave to eat on my way to work. This is a pretty savage way of doing things, but as you know, I am extreme when it comes to time efficiency, and that's what I'm going to show you. The bagels are around 50 grams of carbs each. This is the same breakfast meal prep as my usual in contest prep, and I didn't want to change too many things just to make sure calories don't get out of hand. And here's the finished product, guys. 5 days worth of meal prep. For fruit, I'll be taking a couple of mandarin oranges to work each day. The protein bars are the same ones I showed in the last video. That all gets separated into bags that I can just throw into my knapsack in the morning when I go to work each day. We used a 5-pound bag of potatoes, so there are plenty of leftovers. This and the chicken will go into the fridge for my dinners throughout the week. When I meal prep on Sundays, I usually find that my food's good for the week in the fridge, but official recommendation is 3 to 4 days in the fridge, so putting things in the freezer would be a good idea.
Alright, so that whole thing took less than 2 hours, which is great because that's most of the food I need for the week. Just to highlight some of the time-saving tips from today. First of all, using the microwave is huge. It saves a lot of time and you're not going to be losing any nutritional value from that. Beyond that, just standard things, batch cooking, using portable foods, and multitasking to save time. Note that I didn't actually plan this ahead of time. We were just in the grocery store and decided to do a meal prep video today. Basically, in terms of figuring out recipes, I like to just look at a bunch of recipes online and pick and choose parts from each of them that I like and then generate my own recipe. That's all for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, and comment below. Let me know if you'd like to see more of these meal prep videos. See you next time.